It's tea time with the Pro Noun, the fastest moving golf show on the planet. Get the latest in local and national golf news with guests from around the world and around Central New York. Now it's tea time with the Pro Noun, sponsored by CH Insurance on News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM and live everywhere on iHeartRadio.
Good morning. It's a wonderful morning in Central New York. Hey, thank you for listening, folks. We've been doing it a long time. I really appreciate you listening. You have no idea. It's so much fun for me to do the show. I'm glad you do listen, and I get comments wherever I go. Yes, Perry, I listen to you. Now, look, you can't listen to the radio every single Saturday morning, but now you can check us out. We can if you're in the car, you can do it on your iPhone. Yeah, News Radio 570 WSYR. And we stream out. You can listen to it on the phone. People listen to it. And I know they do. I know they listen to it in Rhode Island and so forth. Anyway, it's going to be a wonderful weekend. What a week this has been. I have a surprise for you. We have a co-host here sitting that is not a stranger to the co-host position, but he's here today. And I'd like to introduce him. He's just a 4-time Teacher of the Year in the Central New York PGA and a member of the Central New York PGA Hall of Fame, Mr. Jack Conger. Good morning.
Good morning, Perry. Great to be here.
Yeah, listen, we had a chance to meet each other yesterday at Pompey. I was playing with Tom Gorman, and you had some legends with you, by the way. Tell us the 4 guys, or the 3 guests that you had in the Pro-Am. It's Joe Tesori's Pro-Am little dealer. He has 6 or 7 of them. Tell us who was in your foursome.
Well, first of all, Joe does a great job running these tournaments, and it's a pleasure playing in the senior Pro-Ams in the Central New York PGA. I had Roy Barnes with me. He's 89 years old, and he's won the Rome City champ many times, club champ at Rome Country Club many times, and it was an honor to have him. Neil Greenfield.
Yep.
From Kaz, he was the golf coach at Casanova High School for 40 years. And then another gentleman, Ralph Smith, who's a member out of Kaz. So it was a lot of fun. The weather was great. And, of course, the tournament was super. And the food, the steak dinner up at Poppy, nobody can match it. So it was a great time.
Oh, Jack, that steak. Come on, Jack. There might have been just a little fat around the edges, but that steak was delicious. Now, how do you like yours? Because Tom gets mad if you don't have it medium rare. I'm not eating a steak medium rare.
No, I like it medium.
Yes, medium. Give me medium or medium well. I don't care.
I wanted to mention one other thing, too. It was an honor to see Sandy Burton was there with his daughter and a few other people we saw. But, Sandy with Al Palmer, the history that Poppy has, and to have him say hello and stop in was great.
Yep. He was, now Sandy is in his 90s now.
Yeah.
And he was Arnold Palmer's teammate at Wake Forest when they won the championship.
Yeah.
And I remember, I've got to tell you this story now. We're trying to get our guest on the line, but we're having some problems. So you and I are going to chat if you don't mind.
Fine.
I remember coming to the area. And nobody knew who I was. I was living up in Oswego at the time. And they said, well, they have some amateur tournaments. So I said, okay, I got in. One of them was the match play championship. You qualify on a Monday. And then then on Tuesday you have a match. If you win, you play Wednesday. If you win, you play Thursday. If you win for the championship, you play on Friday. So I was playing pretty good at the time. And I go through the first 3 matches on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, I draw Sandy Burton. And I said, well, can anybody tell me who Sandy Burton is? He said, well, yeah, he's over there. Didn't tell me that he was Arnold Palmer's teammate or anything else. And he had those old Hogan forged irons, Jack.
Yep.
They were worn out in the center of the face of those clubs. And, he's not a very big man.
No, he's not.
All right? In fact, he's small. And I watched him swing, and for a little guy, he could swing that club.
Yeah.
And it was a senior match play championship, so I got in the match. Jack, I conceded 5 putts. not for par, for birdies, Jack. And he got on one of the par fives. I forget the first one. It was the on the backside.
What course were you playing?
And 11, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wasn't it 11, the par five? Okay, he hits one over the tree up on the green, about 3.5 feet from the cup. I couldn't concede it. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to concede that putt to you, to Sandy. And he missed it. That was 5 times. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He was
Sandy
a big
could play.
Hogan lover. He loved Hogan irons.
Oh, yes, he did.
I can't remember him playing anything but Hogan irons and Hogan woods. But he was straight and consistent. Probably that's why he was on the Wake Forest golf team.
Yeah. Well, at the time, I mean, they were playing as tough a schedule as you can find. If you win the championship in your league there at Wake Forest, it's not like winning a local tournament. I mean, you're talking quality golf. But I remember when Arnold Palmer came to town. Remember when Sally D played over at Lafayette, right?
Right, Lafayette, yeah.
It was the exhibition.
Yes.
And well, it's Chip Beck was there.
Chip Beck and Peter Jacobson.
Yeah, they were all there.
Yeah.
And I was walking inside the ropes there, and Arnold Palmer's walking down the fairway, and he hears somebody, or he's looking over at the spectators. You know, they had a rope there where they wouldn't let them come on the golf course. On the fairways, and he sees somebody, and he starts waving, and then he waves him on. He said, "Come on!" That's what they had to let Sandy under the ropes, go out there, and he and Arnold are walking up the fairway the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And even after the event, it was Sandy was trying to get see him. They were interviewing him, a whole bunch of reporters. He says, "Sandy." He says, "I'll see you at the airport at my plane. I'll see you at the airport." And so Sandy told the story. I had him on the air then the following week, and had him on the air talking about the story. He said, "Yeah," he said, "I went out there at the airport, and we spent a half an hour just chatting."
Yeah. A great history in Central New York. I mean, I don't think the viewers or listeners understand that, Rochester has great history, so does Buffalo. But Syracuse, as small as it is, there's a lot of great stories. You got the Wayne Levies. You've got Joey Sindelar, obviously, from Elmira. But we got the Joe Tesoris. When we got the Sandy Burton. So there's a lot of great things that are happening here.
2 presidents of the PGA of America?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
2.
PGA of America winners. I mean, of Mike Doctor, a Hall of Fame member, a PGA winner, and Joe is in the Hall of Fame of the PGA of America, not just of Central New York. So I don't know if we're underrated, but we're not underrated. People just don't know, and it's great to educate them.
We have our own little quiet lineup of outstanding golf careers. Let's just say that. Outstanding golf careers in Central New York. They stand up to any area. I don't care. Unless you get to a metropolitan area. I don't know, Los Angeles, Chicago, or whatever else it is. Okay, listen. In the time we have remaining,
yes,
I'm going to have you give us a little stroke saver, so I'll give you an official, if you don't mind.
No.
I know this wasn't supposed to be yours.
That's all right.
We tried to get Mr. Tesori on so we could talk to him as well, but it's not going to happen. Are you ready?
Right. I'm ready.
We're giving an official. All right, folks, it is time for the stroke saver of the week by Mr. Jack Conger.
Well, I'm going to have to give you a second here. Fall golf is great golf. One thing we got to start remembering, it's getting cooler, and the wind blows more in the fall. So take one extra club. The ball doesn't fly as far when it's cooler out, and with the wind blowing, we all usually under club. So yesterday when we played at Poppy, a couple of times I took one extra club. I didn't go past or over the green, but I got a pin high. And between the wind and the coolness, it doesn't hurt to take one extra. You will not fly it over the green, and you'll find yourself pin high, maybe putting for a birdie or a par versus chipping.
All right, so the stroke saver, which is for the golfers out there this weekend, This is getting a little fall weather. The air is a little heavier.
Yeah,
Take
cooler.
one extra club, and that will save you one shot for your round.
Maybe more than one.
Maybe one. Oh, yeah, that's right. You how many times are you going to do that? On the golf course, you probably could do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be, but once for sure, it's going to save you
sure
one
it's gonna
shot.
save you.
One shot.
And I want to add one more thing. We were talking about players. Tommy Shear won a PGA Tour event in Skinny Atlas.
Yes, he did.
Mike Doctor's son, Jonathan, great player. So John Clare, we can go on and on and on here. Joe Russo Jr. I mean,
The Roys.
Jimmy Roy.
The Roy
Mal
family.
Kyle.
Oh, yes, I know.
And I'm remiss if we don't say these names.
I know.
Great history and cool. Alan Foster, Jimmy Ganados. We need 2 hours to cover everybody, but it's great to be here again.
Yep. All right, so you stay right there. We're going to be here for another 45 minutes at least. And we got a great lineup of guests. Our next guest is going to be the winner of the Audi, Jack. Tim McDermott is coming up next. Yes. Okay, folks, News Radio 570, WSYR. Yes, sir. That'll wake you up. Hey, good morning, Jack Conger, co-hosting today. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Perry. How are you?
Yes, sir. The history lesson. We already got a comment. They love the history of the Central New York PGA. By the way, it is time for the On the Green Report with the Kenster, Ken O'Neill.
Good morning, Terry. We have a list of the hole-in-ones this week. Bill Anacherko on September 4th at the 159-yard 16th hole at Pompey Club using a 6-iron. Dan Bucati on September 4th, the 140-yard 6th hole at Cazenovia Country Club using a 9-iron. Jack Rotondo Sr., September 4th at the 140-yard 6th hole at Cazenovia Country Club using a 9-iron. Chip Burkhart on September 4th on the 135-yard 3rd hole at Cazenovia Country Club using a gap wedge. Rick Podolak, September 3rd on the 137-yard 2nd hole at Green Lakes using an 8-iron. Gary Canarelli on September 2nd at the 150-yard 12th hole at Foxfire using a 6-iron. This guy is Sugnid Stripnorawan.
I know that guy. No, I don't. Sorry.
Well, he did a hole-in-one on the 100-yard 12th hole at Drumlins West using a 5-wood. You have Sue Ziff on September 1st at the 125-yard 3rd hole at Cazenovia using a 6-iron. Maria Posanelli on September 1st at the 132-yard 16th hole at West Hill using a 9-iron. Daeho Kim, September 1st at the 145-yard par 3, number 9 hole at Wanoa using a 6-iron. Bill Masingo on September 1st on the 156-yard 8th hole at Camillus using an 8-iron. Mark Consroe, Jeff Evans, Mark Murnane, Jim Lent, Larry Keough, Luke Essie, Larry, and Gary LeGros all had hole-in-ones. Joe Zakis, age 77, shot his age at Camillus Country Club on August 31st. And Nick Pirro, age 85, shot 84 at Green Lakes on August 28th, and that was witnessed by Bill Hurd. The PGA, the Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resorts North Course. Benjamin Griffin leads after the second round at 14 under, followed by Jackson Covan at 11 under, and Russell Henley also at 11 under. Round 3 starts this morning. The LPGA is in the Hamilton Township, Ohio, for the Kroger Queen City Championship. Chanel Wanison leads at 13 under, followed at 11 under by Charlie Hull and Gino Titkal, and round 3 again is this morning. And in the Tour champion Sanford International at the Minnehaha Country Club, after the first round, Angel Cabrera leads with a 6 under, followed by, and I'm not kidding here, Perry, at 4 under in second place, Retief Goosen.
Your buddy Retief. Okay.
And Terry, wait, Terry, two things more. John Daly made a record. He made the record books with a 19 on the par 5 12th hole at the Sanford International. 19.
Wait a minute. That was several years ago, Ken. That wasn't recent, was it?
Yeah, that's what they said. The last one was 18.
Oh no, John! Oh my! He did it just recently.
Yeah, he did it the other day.
Oh,
yes.
John, Jack.
Yes. And finally, Tea Time with a Pro Noun would like to congratulate Tim McDermott of Tuscarora Golf Club, who won the 2025 SDGA Audi Memorial title at the Lakeshore Country Club, and that was last Thursday, and Terry will be speaking with him shortly.
All
this
right.
has been On the Green, and I'm Ken O'Neill.
Hey, thank you, Ken. Talk to you next week.
All right.
Okay. Did you hear that, Jack? Tim McDermott, a rookie.
How about that?
Tim McDermott at Tuscarora wins the Audi, and we want to congratulate Tim officially, if you don't mind.
That sounds great.
So, on the line with us, our next guest is Mr. Tim McDermott. Good morning, Tim.
Hi, Perry. Good morning. How are you?
Fine. Jack Conger is with me. Yeah, we're going to talk all about you. You know that 17 years ago, I played in the first one, the very first one. Do you know much about Al Audi?
I do. I never met Al, but certainly knew a lot about. I know a lot about, or a fair amount about Stickley, and I knew Al was obviously a very avid golfer. And hearing his wife talk about him over the past 2 years playing in the Audi has been interesting.
Yeah, so this is your second year in the Audi. I thought it was your first year. I apologize. Okay, so 17 years ago, you were still wearing diapers, Mr. McDermott. So those of us who, well, wait a minute now. That implies a younger age, of course, wearing diapers, but it also applies to the older guys now wearing diapers. Well, you're not quite there, but congratulations. It was you shot a 71 the first day at Lakeshore, and then things kicked up there. The second day, it played tougher for some reason. I don't think they moved the pins. So on that first, what was the difference from your opinion there? The first day you shoot 71, and the second day, what was it, 73?
73. Yep.
73. Two great scores, but the scores were much higher the second day. When did you know in the second day there, when you played, that you sort of had the thing in check, because you were playing against one of your members at Tuscarora, Fletcher?
That's right. I actually played both days with Tom Fletcher, and he and I play a lot together at Tuscarora, just in our weekend matches. So I don't think I ever felt comfortable that the tournament was mine. He's never going to quit. And with the wind, the way the wind was blowing, 17 in particular was pretty difficult because all the balls were bouncing towards the penalty area there. But I was fortunate just to make a couple of pars coming in to hang on to it.
Yeah.
Tim, Jack Conger here.
Hi, Jack.
First of all, congratulations. Second, I was teaching all day at the links that day, and the wind was blowing, and I'm thinking, well, if it's blowing here that hard out at Lakeshore, it's even worse. So great score, and I haven't met you yet, but I look forward to meeting you. I'm a proud member to be at Tuscarora since 2020. Yep. I did watch, I ran out there to watch the last day of the senior member guest, and I particularly followed Tommy, and his wedge game is phenomenal. So to beat a player like that, well-deserved, and congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jack. Yeah, I'll next time I see you up there, I'll make sure I introduce myself. Please do, because
I would like to play with you. You'll probably beat me, but I'll enjoy it anyways.
All right, so, Mr. McDermott, to those of us who aspire to be, let's say, a golfer of your caliber, what do you think your greatest asset would be in the game of golf in terms of the shot making? Pick the club or that category: driver, approach shot, putting, bunkers, chipping. What do you think your greatest asset is?
Oh boy, probably with wedges. I think. Pretty good with distance control from, I'll say, 120 yards and in. And when I'm putting well, then I have a lot of opportunities to get it up and down from 100 yards. Yeah, I'm probably average length and maybe a decent bunker player, but I don't know that any other aspect of my game is really going to shine.
Well, Tim, being a member at Tuscarora, we do hit a lot of wedges, and the greens are small. They're really good rolling greens, but you get good with a wedge because the greens are small, and then you got to have a short game because they do have a little break to them. And if you can putt, I mean, think about it, 8, 9, tough greens to putt, even 7. So if you can putt a little bit, you're going to score, and that's probably your biggest asset, being a member there and what you learn from being a member at Tuscarora.
Yeah, I agree, Jack. You do. I hit a lot of wedges up there, and it serves me well, I think, when you travel to other places.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to Tim McDermott, the winner of the 17th Audi. There was only 1 year that they didn't play during the COVID year. But congratulations again. And we'll look forward to. I look forward to watching you play. I like to watch great golf shots. All right, and you and Fletcher, that must have been a shootout. So congratulations. Have a great weekend, Tim.
Thank you, Perry. Thanks, Jack.
You're more than welcome. Have a great day.
Okay, and we've got Tom Gorman coming up next. We played at his course yesterday, and actually. Wait a minute, Stan also played. Yes. His son, who now owns Pompey, played in the group. I don't know whether he was ahead of you. No, he must have been the first group.
He was the first group out.
He was the first group out. First group out. Okay, folks, you hang on to your seats. Do not touch that dial. We're coming right back. News Radio 570, WSYR. And a fine day in Syracuse it is. Thank you for listening to Tea Time with the Pro Noun. We'd like to bring you shows that are informative and entertaining. And that's why we have our co-host here today, Mr. Jack Conger.
Perry, it's always entertaining, and I'm looking forward to hearing Tom Gorman today.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mr. Gorman is on the line with us now. As you know, a long-time, owner, owned at Pompey, sold it to his son Stan, member of the PGA of America Rules Committee for over 39 years, member of the PGA the Central New York PGA Hall of Fame, and a great golfer, Mr. Tom Gorman. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Perry. It's good that Jack made it in there. He had a little accident yesterday. He's doing fine. He took a dive, but we all take dives at our age, you know. So you're all right, Jack.
I'm doing great. But before we get into anything, the golf course was in phenomenal shape.
Yep.
I know you. I'm sure you know I was the golf professional there, and my first really head pro job in 1979 through 85. And what you and Stan have done to that golf course, the turf. I mean, I know we got to move the ball yesterday, but we didn't have to. The greens, everything. It was just perfect, and of course the steak dinner was better than perfect, but thank you for having us, and it's always a pleasure coming back there, and thank you again.
And you notice the signs on the first and 10th tee. We're playing the ball as it lies, but our Joe wanted to play the seniors and let them move the ball, so we haven't even been touching the ball with our members this year. But anyway, Perry, you and I, we could have played a little better. We're happy to tie for a second or whatever to bail out a little bit, but we weren't on our A game yesterday, Perry. I don't know.
I'm considering retiring. I'm considering retiring from competition.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
You gotta take Perry down there. He's got the yips with the chips. Maybe you can show him how to use the rescue club. He can't get it on the green from 5 feet off without scaling it over the green, Jack.
Wait a minute. That was in your Tom? That was in your bunker. I've been working on my bunker shots, and that was in your bunker that flew over the green. But by the way, I got up and down.
Perry, on the 5th hole, you hit 2 great shots. You're 20 yards from the green. You chunk the next one, and then you scale the next one to the back of the green. and then you put it from 30 yards out. You made a 7. So,
Tom,
Jack, take him down there and whatever, whatever you got to do. Maybe he needs some CBD pills or something.
I should have some CBD pills.
oh my gosh, I got to ask you. I'm sure you want to say a few things today, but with the Ryder Cup around the corner, it's getting exciting because number one, it's in New York State. But what's your feeling on who's going to win?
Well, I'll make my pick soon because I'm tracking the scores. We got this tournament in California out there, which is strictly a money thing, and I felt bad because Kevin Roy didn't even make the cut. But this Griffin is minus 14. He's on the Ryder Cup, and some of the other guys are there. Of course, Scotty Scheffler. I mean, we got to shed a tear. The poor guy. He didn't break 70 after 21 rounds in the 60s. But some of the other players, I wish they were playing a little better. Justin Thomas is only 1 under, and Colin Montgomery's only 4. And what's going on? And I've been over there at this time of the year. They got the British. The BMW at Wentworth. It's a PGA championship, one of their semi-majors. And the guys in that tournament, you got Rose that's in contention, and their whole team is there. Aberg is minus 11. Hovland is there. Fitzpatrick, Hatton, Rahm, Lowry, Becker. They're all way under par, and so it's going to be a toss-up. I mean, I hope these guys that are in California, they get back on this coast because I don't want to see that 3-hour time difference and stuff like that. They got to be ready to play. And the worst offender on this goes back, and I hate to criticize him, but Phil Mickelson, I don't know why he even played because sometime I thought he didn't want to be there. But I want our team to be ready and ready to go, Perry.
Yeah, well, they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready. Keegan Bradley is not going to be the player captain, to my disappointment. However, I like him. I like I like the way he handles himself in these press conferences. He doesn't allow anything to get under his skin. He's somebody that I think that the guys can look up to, and they know that he's a player. He's already proven that, and I wish that he was a player captain. I know we've had our discussions about that, but I still like the Americans. Sorry.
Tom?
I'll give you my feelings next week, Perry.
Okay.
It's close, and thank God we got the Ryder Cup because people will be watching that instead of football. Other than that, since the PGA Championship moved our dates to kowtow to the tour for their FedEx Cup, which was nothing but a money grab. Nobody's watching the tour now. I don't even know if it's on television or probably the Golf Channel or someplace. I have more interest in watching the finals of the Korn Ferry Tour or whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be a tough match. I think it's going to go down to the last day because the Europeans got some great players. We do too, but they play hard, and Keegan's going to probably explain that to them, that they haven't figured it out yet. We haven't won in a while, so I think it's going to go down to maybe the last couple of matches, which will be exciting to watch, and the football can go backstage for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the problem here that the Americans and Keegan's, he's got to find the marriages for these players. The Europeans, 11 out of 12 on their team are coming back from where they stuffed us last time. So these guys are, they're in sync and they've all played with each other. And the one guy that is new is one of the top players in the world. So putting their team and their players together, I'm sure they're pretty well set. And so Keegan's got to do he's got to work with his vice captains, and he's got some good vice captains. He's got like 4 or 5 of them. And he's got to find the right marriages, Perry, because if they're not, like one of our idiot captains put Tiger Woods and Mickelson together, and what a disaster that was.
Yes, that was a disaster, and there is something to say about the chemistry between two players, even just two average players. I absolutely, I like what Azinger did. They did that little thing that they do with in the middle. the pod concept.
Yeah.
Where
he wrote a book. He had three pods, so he put 4 guys in each pod. Absolutely fair.
I love that what he did. And they're doing something like that right now. They have to be because he was successful at it.
Yep.
They won.
We're not going to underestimate Keegan Bradley. He's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yes.
Well, it's like this, Perry. Not everybody can play with you. I mean, you got the heebie-jeebies, in other words. But I've learned to adjust, and I like playing with you, and that's why you're competitive. So, keep using that Beamer or whatever you're using. Jack, did he tell you about his Beamer?
Oh, I own one. I have one. It works.
I have one.
I do.
It was $6,000 Beamer, huh? So
well, I paid $6,500, so you must have got a deal. It worked, Tom. It works. I feel better at 71. I feel better. I'm telling you the truth.
I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's all you have to say. You feel better.
I feel better.
What else can you say?
I go to the gym to feel better.
All right. So listen now. Officially, you're going to give us your golf rule of the week. So let me set it up so we can get it out on social media over the weekend. Okay. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the golf rule of the week with the master Tom Gorman.
Well, you asked me yesterday, and I just followed up just to make sure that I always somebody asked me a rules question about your practice and chipping before the round, Perry, and somebody wanted to give you 2. They were practicing on the golf course.
Yeah, Hank Fuss wanted to give me a 2-stroke penalty.
Well, tell Hank he's got to go back to school because he's got to, under on page 50, 5.2, practicing on the golf course before or between rounds, and so your player must not practice on the course before a round, except that the player may practice putting or chipping on or near their first teeing area.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It was before we teed off on the first hole, though, and Hank admitted later that it was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke. All right. Okay. And I feel better because Hank went to rule school 22 times, and he wrote the test to his credit, and he was in a couple of my classes, and he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
And he's very knowledgeable. So,
Yes, he is.
You didn't get 2, Perry, but, some of the other rules, you better get caught up on them, in other words.
Yes, Tom. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for yesterday.
Jack, nice having you on board there. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Always a pleasure.
All right, there he goes. Okay, Jack, we're going to take a break, and we're coming back with golf's Ironman. He has 7 Guinness World Records in golf, and wait till you hear what they are. News Radio 570 WSYR. Yes, sir. We like the music. We like our co-host, Jack Conger, Teacher of the Year, 4-time Teacher of the Year in the Central New York PGA, and the member of the Central New York PGA Hall of Fame. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Perry.
Thank you for hanging around here with me. All right, I told you about our guest just briefly, but he's an accomplished golfer. He competed in the Champions Division of the Tour. He also won several tournaments on the Sun Belt. His last professional victory was in the Cleveland Senior Open in 2019. And by the way, I did tell you he owns 7 Guinness World Records, but one of them, he played 1,850 holes of golf in 1 week, Jack.
Unbelievable, hard to believe, and I'm looking forward to talking to him.
Well, I want to introduce him right now. Mr. Bob Kurtz. Good morning, young man.
Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Jack. Good to talk to both of you.
Yes, great to hear you. Great to hear you, and we're glad to have you on the show again.
All right, so now listen, you sent me a text message to get you on here because your website and the golf channel gig you're doing on social media. I love those videos when you talk about Palmer and Player. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, you're loaded.
We have a wonderful advantage, you and I, Perry, is we've been around a long time. So I'm really blessed. I've played with Ben Hogan and Sam Snead and Arnold Palmer various times, and called them all friends. And the latest video I have, we're talking YouTube. YouTube, and that's, of course, everybody's on YouTube these days. But we just passed our 1,000th subscriber, so that means on Golf's Ironman on YouTube, we're in the top. There's only 6% of YouTubers that have 1,000 subscribers, so we're in the top percentage, just way up there.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's doing really, really well. But the latest episode is with Trevino and Arnie, and I have video when I visited Arnie's workshop in Latrobe and talk to Arnie. And Trevino does a great lesson in this one about how he hit it so straight. He talks about the back of his left hand, his lead hand, and the face of the club being the same. And if you control the back of your left hand, then you're always going to have the face of the club square. It's really a great lesson, and I just admire Trevino for his success over the years. But my goodness, nobody ever hit the ball better or more accurately than Trevino. Didn't have a lot of high trajectory, but man, he could hit the ball straight.
He could hit it straight, and he could put spin on that ball, too, even hitting it low. You are absolutely right. And I saw a recent video, Bob, of Trevino talking about that left hand and the face of the club. He says, the ball won't go left. It won't go left. And that's what he kept saying. Oh.
That's right. He always said, this is one of the great statements in golf, is, you can talk to a fade, a hook just won't listen. And, of course, I'm kind of the other way. I think especially senior golfers have to learn to hit a draw, have to learn to play it right to left just to get that extra distance, extra roll.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I got two questions for you. When you just did that last 1,000 holes or whatever, what area of the country was that?
Okay, in the last event I did, which was significant, was a couple months ago for Folds of Honor, which is for the children of our fallen heroes. I raised money for them. I played, their big deal is a marathon, which is 100 holes. I played 200, but I played 100 holes right-handed and 100 holes left-handed. And shot my age. 200 holes or 100 holes. 100 holes would be 5 rounds plus 10 more holes. So I shot my age. Let's see what it was: 5 times right-handed and 4 times left-handed. Like I said, the older you get, the easier it is.
Did you meet a good friend of ours, Tony Beata, who's involved with the Folds of Honor?
Not yet.
Yeah, he goes around the country, and when we do Folds of Honor tournaments, are you going to be at the PGA show coming up in January?
Absolutely, would not miss it.
Well, I'm going to be there with my wife, and we look forward to meeting you there.
Jack, we'll look each other up and see each other. And the PGA shows where Perry and I first met.
That's what Perry was saying, and the Folds of Honor always has a party, and Tony invites me to at the party, and I'll make sure you get invited, and Perry as well, and we can get together.
We'll do that. Christian Mesa, who is this region, he's in Las Vegas. He's the representative of this region that I worked with. And also here in Phoenix, Scottsdale, the one of the fine workers with Folds of Honor is Tom Lehman's daughter, Rachel.
Oh, right, yes, I met her at the show a couple years ago.
Yeah, she's a fine young woman and works hard for Folds of Honor. Great organization.
All right, Jack, listen to this. Bob played, he was 70 years old, and he ended up shooting his age 7 times.
Yeah, right.
One day.
Wow.
But I played 10 rounds. Of the 10 rounds, 7 of them were 70 or lower. Guinness has to be.
You must have a fast golf cart to play that many holes.
Well, the first thing you have to do is lease the golf course. You can't have anybody else out there. The first event I ever did, it was for for missions program in my church for an orphanage in Kenya. They decided I was going to play a lot of holes in one day, and people were going to pledge per hole. Everyone thought, well, Bob's, is a golf fanatic. He's not going to play 18 or 36 holes. He'll probably play 50. And so most people pledged $10, and I didn't know what to do. I talked to a pro at a local golf course there in Alabama, and we had a sign there, and then a guy went in front of me. But people were playing, but they were so kind. They let me go through, and I played 188 holes.
Wow. Well, you got to come to Syracuse, New York sometime.
People were, but they did it the next year, and a lot more people pledged, and they made a lot less money because everybody backed way down on the amount they pledged. So I played 220 holes the next year, and that's where I got really interested in, the best record I have doesn't get a lot of attention, but it was the toughest. I played 500 consecutive holes. I took 39 hours.
500
through the day and through the night. Used a glow ball at night, and
Wow. You don't sleep. You don't sleep much then.
didn't sleep any that time. But
all right, listen. But by the way, Bob has he raises money for those who are less fortunate, but especially families who are homeless. So tell the folks what you do there and how they can help you do this, accomplish this, Bob.
Well, I have two websites. One is Golf's Ironman. They can go there and donate. Mostly it's for abused children, but it's for things like Folds of Honor, the children of our fallen heroes, anything that involves children or single moms. That's what I raise money for. And things like L's for Autism, organizations that most of you know about. But I have a website, Golf's Ironman, but another one called Ministries to Children. Ministries to Children, they can go there and see all the things that we've been doing over the years to, as you said, Perry, to help the less fortunate. Those of us who are blessed with good health and a good life, we do have a responsibility to be there and help others.
Yeah, well said.
Wow.
Well said.
Well, I commend you for what you're doing, and I really look forward to meeting you.
Well, I look forward to meeting you guys, and I'm 84, but I actually am so blessed that I do not feel any different physically than I did when I was 35.
Yeah.
I hit the ball. I use the same clubs for the same distance.
Yeah.
Of course, technology means the clubs are better, the balls
Bob,
are better. So.
Yeah, listen, I hate to interrupt, but we got a hard out coming up. I want to thank you very much for being on the air. We'll have you on again to bring us up to date on your escapades, okay?
Okay, tell them to go to YouTube Golf's Ironman. YouTube Golf's Ironman.
YouTube Golf Ironman. There you go. Thank you, Bob Kurtz. Jack, thank you very much for sitting in here, being the co-host for Convertino. Folks, we'll be back next week. News Radio 570 WSYR.